Class is in motherfucking session, y'all. Good afternoon. Today is July 8th, and it is, Tuesday? And we're going live to talk about turning your pain into power. How can we do that? What is that? Because 99.9% of the time, it's your pain that's holding you back. So we're going to explain why that even happens and, how your conscious mind operates, how your subconscious mind operates, how you hold these things in different parts of the chakras of your body. And when you understand this is very, very important when it comes to letting these things go and letting go your limiting beliefs, because your reality around you is what is in your subconscious mind. So all the things that are stored in your subconscious mind is your reality around you. So the magic of that is you can change the things that are in your subconscious mind. You can change the things within your subconscious mind. And that can take a lot of consistent work, and not work as if you are fighting yourself. It can turn into that. Hey, Ashante. Jeez. What was I saying? You gotta focus. Anywho, this is why I hate going live, because my ADHD mind will be like, bink, where are we? But, I think I was talking about the subconscious mind. So I have some notes over here that I'm going to be reading from. This is actually my book that I'm coming out with. It is called The Journey to Mastering the Self. And it's going to be an ebook and an actual book on Amazon. But, so I talk about, in the very beginning of the book, I talk about how the conscious mind and subconscious mind works. And let me go to that part. I got a lot of good information in this book. It's quite simple and to the point, so that even kids that are like in middle school can understand this. They're just, if they can read well and comprehend, they'll be able to understand this book. The whole purpose of this book is so that you can heal yourself and heal the ones that come before you and the ones that come after you. When you go to these deep levels of healing, energetically, that just ends up happening. Even if your ancestors have passed on, you are still healing that aspect of them because it's connected to you as well. So I talk about all of that too. And how our bodies are like computer chips energetically. So we have 7 main chakras down the center of the body. And we have a whole bunch of other chakras and meridians throughout the body that hold on to different energies. So you have an aura and these chakras within the body. And when trauma happens, that trauma goes through the aura and creates these black holes within the aura. And then once you hold on to it for an extended amount of time, it goes into the body. And after so long, you develop mental illness and physical illness. And I'm going to say allegedly so that, my shit doesn't get deleted. But anyway, yes, allegedly. Where was I? So the subconscious mind is 90% of your beliefs and is the main reason you operate the way you do. Our core beliefs, and your core beliefs are from the time you were in your grandmother's womb all the way up until now. Because if you're a girl, well, your mother's obviously a girl. So a woman carries all the eggs that she's ever going to carry throughout her lifetime as soon as she's created within the womb. So that means when you were in your mother's womb and she was in her mother's womb, you were taking on those energies from your grandmother, and so on and so forth. That's why a lot of these traumas are passed down through our lineage, through our DNA, which a lot of people call family curses, as if someone else put curses on them. In some instances, yes, but these are passed down family curses. So they come to you through that way and through past lives. So that is all within the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is so vast. And people who were considered geniuses knew this about the subconscious mind, like Nikola Tesla, Einstein, all these geniuses. And what makes them different between us is that they meditated in the dark looking at the fire. They knew the powers of the subconscious mind. They did small things like that, asking questions to the divine intelligence, to the infinite intelligence, source, God, angels, ancestors. So they went and asked them these questions of some problems that they were trying to fix, and that's how they became these so-called geniuses. But anyway, back to how the subconscious mind works. That's your subconscious mind. You have access to everything from every lifetime that you were here. That's all within the subconscious mind. You are that powerful, okay? And so from the time you were in your grandmother's womb, like I was saying, all the way up into the age of 7 are your core beliefs. Majority of that you don't remember. Majority of that you do not remember. And this is 90% of your mind. This is why you have the triggers that you have, the anxiety that you have, different things like that is what makes you up. This is why it's so important to understand how the conscious mind works and how the subconscious mind works and how your chakras work. When you study these and you understand these things, then you can master yourself. You can master yourself. And when you master yourself, then you can teach the ones around you how to do the same thing. These are simple things that people have done throughout history, throughout human history. So my job is to come here and teach you all these things. Yay. So yeah, I'm going over my ebook that I wrote, and a lot of what I said is in there. Also, oh my God, yes. So within that window of being in your grandmother's womb up until the age of 7, your cultural beliefs is also important. Those are the things that your parents taught you or whoever raised you taught you. Even if they didn't teach you much, you still learn things by watching things. So that's watching television, movies. If you have, like me, I have a phobia of spiders and some bugs. I mean, like to me, it's bad. But I know that's from watching the movie Arachnophobia at such a young age. I was very small watching that movie. I used to play with bugs when I was little. It was the movie that, completely destroyed me. And then other experiences that I attracted because of that phobia that happened in my adult life that attracted certain bugs and shit. My child was even bitten by a brown recluse. Like, you can die from that. The venom started eating away at her leg. So this is why this shit is so important to heal from. The smallest, dumbest shit, you're like, why is this happening to me? You are attracting this shit. So religion, school, family, parents, television, movies, just like the names of this shit, television programming. All these things are literally what it's doing. It's programming you. While you're watching TV, you're in a literal slight hypnosis state while you're watching TV and movies. And then you go to bed wondering why you're having fucking nightmares or you're not getting proper rest. It's because of the shit that you're putting into your mind while you're just in the daze staring at it, like barely even blinking. Even till this day, these things still affect you. Like, people, I know people that told me like, oh, that shit doesn't affect me because they woke. That shit don't affect me like that. You're human. You are human. It don't matter how woke you are. If you are, your eyes are the window to your soul. Literally. So it's like your subconscious mind is watching a literal fucking movie. And whatever you feed it, whatever you speak, is what is going into the subconscious mind. So that's why your word is your spell. Whatever is in your subconscious mind is your reality around you. So if you believe that ninjas ain't shit, that's going to be your reality with the men that you date. Because the men in the past, even trigger warning, even if your father was absent or wasn't around or was an asshole, you're then going to manifest that same type of spirit, that same type of energy within that person. You are attracting it. Let's see. Neuroscience says we have 70,000 to 90,000 thoughts a day, which majority of which is negative self-talk, living in the past, trying to predict the future, constantly playing over and over in your mind, literally torturing yourself. And 90% of that is an illusion. So you're lying to yourself all the time. And then when you're lying to yourself all the time, that's where the ego kicks in. That's when your ego, like if you do try to do some affirmations, your ego is like, bitch, you lying. Because you remember you didn't wake up the other morning when you said you was going to wake up and meditate. Or remember you said you was going to work out and you didn't go work out. Remember you said you were going to eat this salad and you didn't go eat that salad. You can't even keep your word to yourself. That's your ego. Your God self would never speak to you this way. So you can talk back like, excuse me, this is no longer a belief of mine. I no longer identify with her. I don't care if that was fucking 5 minutes ago. I no longer identify with her. She is of the past. So yeah, once we understand this, then you can now see how your past self, how your past lives, the experiences you have, the things that you go through now create your personality. And 99% of the time, 100% of the time, no one is conscious of that. So that's why certain people you may deal with, you may think like, he's just an asshole. Like, he don't care. Excuse me. They are literally in a hypnosis, just like you, and they don't see. They're not comprehending what they are doing. Even though you may see it that way as completely not. Yeah, your personality is the way you think, act, feel, your emotions, behaviors, habits. And a good thing to start breaking these bad habits, bad thoughts, not bad thoughts, negative thought patterns, in order to break them, you can do simple things like meditate. Meditation is free. And within that, you don't have to know how to meditate. You do not have to know how to meditate. You probably already have been meditating and you don't realize it. One thing that I used to do when I was little, I used to hide in the closet or under a bed and listen to classical music. This is a memory that I had shut out, but because of mushrooms, I started remembering. And I used to I loved classical music. My baby, I had her when I was 17, just turned 18 3 days later. I played classical music while I was pregnant with her. I read to her. I played classical music when she was born, after she was born, and by the time I had my son when I was 22, it was more of nature music that I was playing for him. That's what he vibed with better than classical music. But at a very young age, I was meditating. I used to love coloring, and I would listen to music and color, and I still do that as an adult. And with things, that's why it's so important to have, what's the word? Hobbies. Have hobbies, because if you can focus on things that you love doing, that you love creating, that stimulates your sacral chakra. And if you're stimulating that chakra, that is a very, very powerful chakra that can also, once the vibrations of that one has risen, then it will affect all of them. And there are other ones that can do the same, but your sacral chakra is the life giver for men and women. So stimulating your creativity just by coloring or doing something creative. A lot of people think they are not creative, but your creativity was just snatched away from you when you were put into that little prison called school, that colorless prison called school. All your creativity was snatched away from you. Everybody's born creative. So, start coloring. This is why I make jewelry. I made some jewelry to match my outfit today, a matching bracelet. This didn't take me that long. These are the things that make me feel fancy. I put so much, I put so much intention into what I do. I've been doing things like this majority of my life. My mother, thank God for her, she would allow me to do these things and buy the things that I needed to make things, which is why I started doing hair at 11. I started doing nails at 14. All these things I learned at a very young age, that creativity is what's going to keep me alive. I was suicidal in like middle school, high school. And that's part of the reason why I feel like I had my daughter at such a young age. She completely saved me. And within that is how I began to turn my pain into power. I knew that I had to be successful, and I had to be successful at hair. I didn't know how that was going to happen. And so I got my license by the age of 20. Very shortly after that, I started working with my now mentor, Rob Willis. If you look him up, I don't know how much is on the internet, but he's done a lot of shit since the 80s. And he basically brought me under his wing. And this is what the universe had aligned for me. And I kept on that path, regardless of the pain and the people that I lost. And shortly after meeting him is when I went through my first awakening, and his wife, Carla, was like the first spiritual woman that I had ever met that was like into herbs and crystals. That's how I started learning about herbs. And shortly after I had my son at 22, my parents took me off of their health insurance. So I had to learn these herbs. If God created these herbs, then they work. I believe in God, so that shit has to work. So I started studying herbs. I started healing myself, and I started healing my children when they would get ear infection and ringworms and freaking pink eye and just all type of nasty shit because their other parent was gross. And I'm going to just leave that at that. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Back on the subconscious minds. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. So I was describing the subconscious mind and the chakra system and how it works. So this is a small list of the comparison of the conscious mind and subconscious mind, and how I'm going over this because it's very important to understand the blueprint of how you operate, or you're just going to continue through life like one of them balloon people just floating in the wind. Every way the wind blows, you just flow with it, instead of being like a tree, strong tree with big roots down in the ground. This is why you got to learn this shit. The conscious mind is sequential and logical, while the subconscious mind is spontaneous and processes information instantly. So with that, this is why hypnosis works. Hypnosis gets you so relaxed so that you're in this deep meditative state, theta, or beneath that. And you're able to download the information just like you're a computer. And this is how you can lose weight. This is how you can manifest money. This is how you can have babies. This is how you can heal from schmancer. Yeah, through hypnosis, Reiki, different things like that. When I do Reiki, everybody has their own way, but when I do Reiki, I walk you through a guided meditation to help you relax. A little bit of breath work is being done. I help you go through a guided meditation to get you all the way relaxed so that the mind is so relaxed so that the Reiki energy can now work and remove these things throughout the body and heal these different parts of the body where you are holding on to these traumas and things like that. The subconscious mind can make correlations and link between many thoughts and ideas while the conscious mind is linear and it thinks in terms of cause and effect. Logical. The subconscious mind knows why, the conscious mind seeks the why. The subconscious mind perceives and feels while the conscious mind does intellectual thinking. While the conscious mind works in a waking state, the subconscious mind is associated with dreams, hypnosis, meditation, and sleep. So even with that by itself, with the conscious mind being able to download information while you sleep. So you can play affirmations while you sleep and your subconscious mind is still picking up on it. You can do this while you sleep for 21 days without even doing anything else. Do it for 21 days and your reality will shift slowly. Maybe not even slowly. That all depends on you and how you carry your life throughout the day. What was I? The conscious mind has to make efforts to prove parts of your body while the subconscious mind does it voluntarily. The correlation between the two, let me see. I have this chart. For all of you that are just joining, I'm reading out of my book that I wrote. This is something I've been working on for years, and I keep, this is my canvas, and I keep adding to it. Like, oh, let me add this flower. Oh, let me add this flower. Oh, I need a rainbow in the back. Like, I am about to publish this shit and get it out there. I'm not going to add anything else to it. It's just going to be a part 2 or some shit. Okay. Setting your intentions. Create a list of things you know you need to work on. And these are some questions you can ask yourself. I'm going to save this video. I'm going to post it on YouTube, but this video will still be on my Facebook. But these are some questions you can ask yourself. What is it that I need to heal from? What are some things that will make my life easier? What do I really want? If money was no object, what would I want? If no one would be mad at me and I had no fear of judgment, no fear of failure. Sorry for the freaking helicopter. If no one would be mad at me and I had no fear of judgment, no fear of failure, what would I be, do, and have? If no one would be mad at me and I had no fear of judgment, no fear of failure, what would I be, do, or have? Like, how powerful is that? Everybody was created with a God-given gift. Majority of you don't remember. But that God-given gift was within you, is still within you. You just forgot about it. And that there is what you are to prosper from. Your purpose. This is why it's so important to turn your pain into power. You made an agreement before you came into this life. You actually made actual contracts with people, whether negative or positive experiences. You made contracts with these people to have these certain experiences to overcome them. It is up to you to overcome them or not. And when you leave this realm, you'll get shown, like religion teaches you that God will stand before you and judge you. No, you will stand before yourself and judge you. You will be shown all the things in your life, all the experiences in your life, the decisions that you made in your life, how you treated people. You will be shown all these things. And it's up to you to choose your destiny. Even if one of your gifts is premonition and you see things in the future, you can still change that destiny by changing what you see, what you perceived, by changing what you want to see happen. A lot of people are afraid of their gifts because of those things. What else? Write a list of how you want to change your life and what aspects. Those questions I just asked. How do you want to change your life physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, career-wise, business-wise? And don't let the sky be your limit. There is so much more out there. So now I'm gonna go to the chakras real quick. How long have I been on here? Welcome all who have joined. I thank you for joining. I'm looking at my book I created called The Journey to Mastering Self. And I'm going over the chakras right now. I just went over the conscious mind and subconscious mind and how they work. And the whole reason I'm doing this is so that you can understand, hey Tracy, so that you can understand how and why you operate the way you do. Majority of us are not taught these things because that was ripped from us. This is where we come from. But yeah, to the chakras. Does anyone have any freaking questions? Lord Jesus. I know, I think I've said this already. I will be saving this video and posting it on YouTube, and it will still be on Facebook. I needed to talk about your limiting beliefs. So this is why you have limiting beliefs and why people have imposter syndrome. You have these great ideas and you know these are God-given ideas, God-given gifts, but you have imposter syndrome. You don't understand why. This is why it's so important to learn these things. How to properly unblock your chakras. Is that what you're asking, Ashley? If that is, there's a ton of things that you can do to relieve these blockages. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm going over. Reiki is one way. Getting a Reiki session with someone you trust, because that will be a vulnerable state. Like I myself, I do Reiki and mushrooms together. The mushrooms help you completely relax and open you up so that we can pull these things out. And Yeah, so Reiki, meditation, guided meditations, and that you can go on YouTube. That's free. Looking up chakra guided meditations, chakra healing guided meditations. There's tons of stuff on there for that. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches a lot about the mind, and really understanding how your mind works is the magic of all of this. And the more you skip around that, the universe is just going to lead you back to that, because it's just that important. You're with yourself all the time. So it's good to understand why you have the thoughts that you have, why you have the illnesses that you have, different things like that. I don't know why this helicopter keeps circling around here. Anyway, what did I say? Reiki, meditation, yoga, grounding yourself outside, that's free. The ground literally pulls these energies and traumas down through the earth and transmutes it. It loves it. Mother Earth loves it. The trees love it. So this is why people are tree huggers. Go hug a tree and it will love to take this shit out of you. And with these things, some things will miraculously heal. Other things are lessons, and you need to understand these lessons. So these are just things that you need to practice and really get to know yourself, which the more you get to know yourself, the more you'll understand the people around you. The more you'll understand your reality around you. Crystals, this is why we're crystals all the time. Look up the meanings of crystals. Look up the meanings of crystals and herbs. All these things have vibrational frequencies. They are energy and they vibrate at a certain level. So that's with Reiki, meditation, hypnosis, crystals, herbs. They all vibrate at different levels, which is why when you encounter witches, and when you see them like on movies and things like that, they have potions and all these different things. The witches know how the subconscious mind works, and they know the vibrational energies that these different herbs and crystals carry, and that's really all that is. So yeah. When it comes to being on the journey to healing yourself, taking a course is very important. Whether that be, like, I am a yoga teacher. My reason for taking my yoga teacher training was to heal myself. It was not necessarily to teach, which I would love to teach. I'm going to get back into teaching that. And the same thing with Reiki. Like, the whole purpose of me getting into Reiki is safe for everyone. Yes, it's a very, very gentle energy. So, yeah, for breastfeeding moms, for pregnant moms, it's the best for that. I am a mother of 4. My last 2 are almost 3 and almost 1. And my kids, my older kids, 21 and almost 17, were raised with me doing this. So I wasn't aware of these things when I was pregnant with them, but all this has been incorporated into the way they were raised. And through my pregnancies, I had tons of miscarriages, and this is how I was able to hold my babies, was through entheogens and meditation, affirmations, constant. If this is so like with miscarriages, and say you get pregnant again, I listen to pregnancy affirmations every day, all day, any chance that I got. I still was working while I was pregnant. So if I had some downtime at home, if I had some downtime at work, I was meditating and doing some affirmations, because once you start losing babies, then that is now your fear. And if that's your fear, then you're going to end up manifesting it. So taking it that serious though, like what is it that you need to transform in your life? which is what I was about to go over. This is why it's so important to write down your limiting beliefs. What is one limiting belief about money that you have? Money doesn't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. Things like that you're taught. When you spend money, you think money is gonna run out. You don't spiritually on your higher self knows money never runs out. Money is an energy. Money circulates. The money you give out comes back times 10. Money circulates. Money never runs out. So that's why it's important to write down what your limiting beliefs are. And this is the inner work. The inner work of how to get over these things and let them go. But like I said, doing Reiki is very important in my opinion, because you get to have help. You're not alone in this. You're already not alone because you have your angels and ancestors and spirit guides. But when you start getting Reiki done, then that Reiki practitioner intuitively picks up on different things that you may be holding on to. When going into my Reiki sessions, I call on your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, and I call on to mine, and I'm asking for help and guidance with both of them. So within that, your Reiki practitioner or me will then share with you the things that I pick up on within the session. And then we go over a blueprint for you. What you can do now to heal through this, to get through this. And a lot of times your spirit guides, your spiritual team will share with me what will work best for you and how to move forward. Let me see. So I have some examples of limiting beliefs. Sorry if you feel like I am jumping all over the place. That's just how my mind works. So like one of your limiting beliefs can be it's hard to lose weight. Instead of saying it's hard to lose weight, you can say I am learning to adopt habits that make weight loss achievable and sustainable. Instead of saying the opposite of it's easy to lose weight. Your subconscious, your ego, your logical mind, your conscious mind will argue that. You try to flip it and say it's easy to lose weight, and subconsciously you know it's hard to lose weight. So your ego will fight that. It's less likely that your ego will fight, I am learning to adopt habits that make weight loss achievable and sustainable to me. So that right there would get you to making better decisions, eating. Is this some high vibrational food for me? What is high vibrational food? Plants. Focus more on eating plants. I'm not saying go plant-based. If you feel called to do that, do so. I recommend it. Especially if you're going through sadness, grief, different things like that, because the animals hold on to emotions. The emotions that the animals go through, whether it's milk or meat, dairy or meat, they hold on to these emotions. So if you're already struggling emotionally, then you're really going to struggle eating that type of food. Excuse me. These are some positive affirmations for losing weight. My body responds positively to healthy choices. I am capable of achieving my weight loss goals with patience and consistency. Losing weight becomes easier as I focus on progress and self-care. Then you can challenge the belief. Ask yourself, Is this belief absolutely true? Many people lose weight with the right approach, proving that it's possible. But a lot of times when you don't address, not a lot of times, when you don't address these issues, you will lose the weight, you will get the body that you want, but you will still be that little fat person inside. You will still think that you're ugly. You will still think that you're fat. You will still think that you are not attractive. And then other people will see you that way. The things that you think about yourself on an unconscious level, people perceive you the same way. So if you know you be lying to yourself, like you wake up and say, I'm going to eat a salad today for lunch, and you eat a cheeseburger, you didn't lie to yourself. Now your ego is going to keep fighting you when you say your affirmations. Prove to yourself that you keep your word. Back to weight loss. So focus on enjoyable activities. Like, instead, if you don't want to go to the gym, don't. Like, join a dance class or, something that you know would be fun. Shift your attention from weight loss to enjoying healthier behaviors. Shift your attention from healing because you think you're damaged goods to I am that I am. I am that bitch. If you're always going to work on healing yourself, then subconsciously you're just telling yourself, I'm fucked up. I need healing. But if you just adopt tools that are for your highest good, that's a completely different outlook on that. So when you eat, is this for my highest good? When you drink alcohol, is this for my highest good? When you set your intentions like that, doing things that are for your highest good, then the universe will do the same. The people around you will do the same. That's how powerful you are. You can shift the energies around you where people start treating you different. And if that doesn't happen, they'll just make their way out of your life. Yeah, I don't even know how long I was about to do this daggone video. Yes, Keisha. I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga. I love that song. Let's talk about money. Because that's what we all want. Let's talk about money. What is a limiting belief you have about money? I don't have enough money. Step 1, reframe the belief. Replace the negative thought with a positive, empowering statement. Instead of, I don't have enough money, say, I am learning to manage my money wisely and attract new opportunities of abundance. Practice gratitude for what you have. Focus on resources you already possess, no matter how small. Example, Practice gratitude for what you have. That's what I was saying. I have enough to meet my needs today. Or I'm grateful for the money that flows into my life. Shift to an abundance mindset. Adopt thoughts and habits that focus on financial possibilities. A good way to do this is to try to, if you already have some rich friends, hang out with them more. That energy is just going to rub off on you. And the way that they think. That's how powerful our minds are. Our minds vibrate at a certain frequency. And when you hang around people with these mindsets, your mindset just ends up turning into theirs. That's a huge way I got to the levels of success that I did. It was because of the people that I intentionally put myself around, successful salon owners. I am a master hairstylist. I've been doing hair for 26 years. So purposely, intentionally putting myself in the same places as these people that I wanted to be like in certain areas of their life. So here's an affirmation for money. Money flows to me unexpected or I am capable of creating wealth. Visualize opportunities for growth rather than focusing on the limitations. So with that, when you're doing these affirmations, think of something that you would love to do, that you would love to pull out a wad of money and do. Like me personally, I would love to find the most delicious vegan restaurant that is close to a Thai massage place that is also close to, like, there's this place called Beyond a Dream, and they have a pink Himalayan salt room, float therapy, oxygen bar, an amethyst biomat, infrared sauna, steam room. They have all these things, and I love to spend the day there. So I imagine myself spending the day there and pulling out my money to tip these people and giving people these big tips. And this is something that you can do to have fun with visualizing what you want to be. You already have the gift of visualization. You had it as a child, your imagination. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between your imagination. So if you're sitting here, you're already imagining the worst things in your life, the worst things that could possibly be happening to you. Before you get your day started, you already envision yourself how your day is going to go and different things like that, which is why it's so important to have a morning routine and set your intentions for the day. Even if you work with people you don't like, you have bosses that you don't like, you can set intentions for those days and have a miraculous, marvelous day. And the more you practice these things, the more the universe is going to align you with those type of energies where those people end up being removed from those situations or they change. That's just the energy of it. Let me see. Let me skip that part. So I wanted to talk about something I had learned about a couple of years ago. I call it bending reality, but it's basically affirmations instead of affirmations. So these are some examples for affirmations. Hello. So for money, here is an affirmation for money. Why is it so easy for me to attract abundance? And when you say these affirmations, the secret to getting this shit is your emotion. So if you're talking like a robot, like, this shit's not going to happen. You got to believe it to receive it. You have to believe it to receive it. Why does money flow to me effortlessly and consistently? Why am I so good at managing and growing my wealth? Why do I always attract financial opportunities that align with my values? And also, when you ask questions, you're less likely that your ego or your logical mind fights it. Why is my life filled with financial freedom and security? Why am I so successful in everything that I do? Why do I always find the best opportunities to achieve my goals? Why am I capable of overcoming challenges and thriving? Why does my hard work always lead to amazing results? Why do I feel so confident and inspired on my path to success? Why do I feel so joyful and content every day? Why is it so easy for me to feel calm and centered in any situation? why am I so much loved? Why am I surrounded by so much love and kindness? I don't know what I was reading. Why is it so easy for me to attract loving and supportive relationships? Why do I feel so loved and valued by those around me? Yeah. So I'm going to end there. I done went a long while. I have created, put some more courses on my website, Reiki Holy Fire Practitioner course certification. I made a accelerated course that's only for one day. It's usually 2 days, and now it's accelerated into one, and it is half off. And I also have my Reiki Masters class, and that's $200 off. And that's also an accelerated course. And it's how you learn the tools on how to heal yourself. When I took Reiki, I had no idea what it was. So my intentions was to just learn how to heal myself. And now look, I'm freaking teaching it. So, yeah, if you have any questions about Reiki or any of the things that I talked about, hit me up. Oh, I also have a mentorship going, a group mentorship going called, if you go on my website, it's under the Chosen Ones, but there is a group mentorship called the School of Nocturnes, and I go over a lot. So you have to go on the website to see what's included with that. I also have a group membership for Reiki practitioners to, when I started teaching Reiki, I encountered so many people that were already certified that just were completely lost. And sometimes a lot of people take the class, and because life keeps lifing, you kind of just set it to the side, which I did in the beginning. So this mentorship, Reiki mentorship, is for that. How to use your symbols, how to manifest your desires by, using Reiki. I will also be doing Reiki guided meditations that will upgrade your Reiki. If you've already taken a class with me, it will upgrade you. If you haven't taken a class with me and you're a Reiki practitioner, it will upgrade you. Reiki Holy Fire is stronger than I will call it basic Reiki. So that's my gift that I am giving to you all, my offering. So yeah, check out my website, omniversaltruth.com, for all the things that I just talked about. And is that it? That's it. I said a lot today. I said my website. I guess I'm going to put my website in the comment section or in whatever. If you have any questions, DM me. Peace, love, and richest blessings.